come on over to the Shoe, brother.
Be smart.
It is a great time to be a part of the Shoe. We got a team. We got a quarterback. We got a coach. And we got an ownership group, the big three, that aren't scared to step right into the batter's box and take a massive hack just a few months into being the owners of the Indianapolis Colts. They give away a couple of first-rounders to bring Sauce Gardner back. And breaking news as of yesterday, Josh Downs will go Dahn's to business, just like his brother Caleb, and wear the number 2. He was previously the number 1 as of 2 days ago. He's going to 2. He is too slippery, too good, too cool, too sweet. And he's Dahn's to business alongside his brother with the number 2. Sauce Gardner will be wearing the number 1 for the Indianapolis Colts. As a person who wore the number 1 with a lot of pride, okay, I appreciate that. That number 1, we had a top 10 in jersey sales there for a little bit, that number 1 for the Indianapolis Colts. It's obviously slimming, not as slimming as the number 11, so that is why I necessarily liked it. And on draft day, I was drafted pick 222, 7th round. There's a lot of commotion after you get drafted to an NFL team, especially if it feels like you're not going to get drafted and you're going to have to go back to school. Maybe all the drunks in your house who have given up hope on you making it to the NFL are now realizing, he's just going to be drunk with us, basically. That's what we're going to do. And then you get drafted, and it's announced on television, and everybody goes crazy, and you're talking to somebody that's in Indianapolis. They're like, we got a couple of things. What time do you want to fly out for rookie minicamp? Whatever the earliest flight is, I'm good with whatever. Thank you, no problems. And then you got people saying, we're fine. We did it. We did. What number do you want? What's that? What number do you want? What's available? 1. Good. I'll take that one. I can't believe I have a number. I'll take number 1 for sure. Okay, we'll see you on Friday. Good. Bang, hang up. Beers, celebration, craziness. Pat, why'd you pick the number 1? Literally, because it was just full chaos around me. And then once you get the number 1, you're like, this is a pretty sick number. All of a sudden, you feel like a sense of purpose. Okay, I am number 1. This 2 is not a winner. You start thinking about it. All of a sudden, it starts looking cool. And then you start doing well, and you're like, wait, I do seemingly have a connection to this number. I love this number. This is a cool number. It's better to be a number 1 than any other number, I guess, especially if you're going to do your job well. And then all of a sudden, that number 1 just gets handed off to somebody else literally the year after I retired. I'm like, no connection. Why do I have any connection to that number? I should not feel a connection to that number. Then it gets handed off again. Then Josh Downs gets it, and I see him electrifying. I'm like, at least the number 1's out there flying around. Like, I like what we're doing right there. It's a nice trip back in time. I love Josh Downs with it. Now a guy named Sauce is going to be wearing it. He's going to look so filthy. This is his forever, I believe. Every one jersey you see going forward will say Gardner. I'm going to get one because I would like Sauce to know that we are very thankful that he is a member of the Indianapolis Colts. Obviously, it's the headline of trade deadline. It's the big storyline, and we're trying to get, more information as it unfolds. How'd we get here? There's a guy named Seth Walder.
Yep, sure.
Walder.
Seth Walder works at ESPN. Now, we looked him up. We don't know if it's his accurate account or not. 77 followers or so. So Seth says it. We know that it's a big deal. He said that the Colts got a D on this trade, and the Jets got an A. Okay, because they also get A.D. Mitchell alongside the 2 first-rounders. Saw a lot of people potentially saying that that's the case. Hey, Jets fleece the Colts. If we're Sauce Gardner away from winning a Super Bowl,
bingo.
Fleece us all you want. Fleece whatever the hell you want to fleece, because we'll be wearing our fleeces, and right outside of them will be a fucking Super Bowl ring. And the Colts think that this was a move that can put them in a position to go win. I asked Big Three, hey, this is a huge move. Congratulations. Very thankful you did this. It's a message to your entire fan base, to the entire NFL. Hey, we understand what window we're in right now. We're going to go for it. And we're not scared to get a deal done. Whenever some other people would not maybe push it through, we'll do that. And also, they trust Chris. Like, hey, Chris Ballard has always said, we like our guys. All his guys right now are playing the football that they're playing. They just bring in a quarterback and a couple other culture setters. And then all of a sudden, we got a super team. And that's what it feels like here in Indianapolis. So you can say it's a D. You can say we gave up too much. We here in India are like, we're in a fucking Super Bowl because Sauce Gardner's on the team. Reach out to Lou Anarumo, defensive coordinator of the Indianapolis Colts. Say, hey, what's cool? He spoke to press right before the trade happened. So just want to get his thoughts on it. Love the addition of Sauce. It gives us another Pro Bowl corner. The guy's been a lockdown player his whole career and gives us the chance to match him and Ward up on different receivers. 2 super smart football players. I can't say enough about Sauce Gardner being on our team. We just elevated our whole defense. His Lou Anarumo, who every player that's ever played for loves him. And you see his defense and what he's been able to do for us this year. Had a couple injuries. Obviously, we're trying to figure it out. But they've invested a lot of money into this defense. We invest in Lou Anarumo as our defensive coordinator. Obviously think the offense good with Shane Steichen. let's lock up the defense. What did you get from that quote from Lou? Because whenever he said they're both super smart players and we're able to put them on receivers, what does that mean, you think, in Lou Anarumo's eyes with what he can do with the defense?
Man, that just gives you so much freedom, so many more resources, so many more different places that you could put resources, like a left tackle who you could just put on the island, just put by themselves. When all these teams, we look around the league, especially the teams that's going to be there in the end, they have 1, 2, maybe 3 like weapons that can kind of change the math. So when you have corners that can offset down on the other side, chess pieces almost, that can match up with these different receivers, that's huge. And the Colts, they kind of played their most man-to-man coverage last week against the Steelers. Obviously, we lost, but I feel like the defense had a pretty good outing, played a lot of man-to-man, so maybe that's Lou wants to do a little more of with this defense. You know, all the different things that he as far as disguise, different simulated pressures, blitzes. When you do all those different things, a lot of these coverages on the edges, they turn to man-to-man for the corners. Quarters, cover 3, all these, they turn into man-to-man once these routes release down the field. So getting a weapon like this, if he can play up to who he's been in this league at his peak. Now, I would say it's kind of been a not a fall off, but a little decline in this play. I would say probably last season and a half maybe. But I think fresh start, new place, he can definitely get back to being that top 2, 3 corner.
Motivation.
League, for sure.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He immediately
Good team.
He immediately goes 1-7.
Yeah.
Okay. To 7-2. Hey, we're trying to go for a Super Bowl. And you saw what we just gave up for you. It's like this team is very thankful for you.
It's a lot.
That type of mentality and mindset coming into a place, he's going to be welcomed and he's going to be celebrated like hell. And the number one is hopefully going to be gluing guys down. Sign off on a massive trade to get Sauce Gardner to the Indianapolis Colts. He'll be wearing the number 1. Obviously, 2 1s and A.D. Mitchell go to the Jets. Everybody that knows Sauce has said, man, awesome dude, awesome in the locker room, awesome player. You're going to love him. Fans and some other people say the Jets are getting 2 firsts and A.D. Mitchell for just Sauce Gardner. What is your take on how this trade played out? And I don't want to say winners or losers, but just maybe your takeaway from it all.
I loved it for both sides.
Whoa.
Indianapolis first. You like that? Was a little trick. Indianapolis first. This is a team that looked at their roster and said, okay, we're not this young squad of just first and second year players. Like DeForest Buckner is a veteran, and Quentin Nelson is a veteran, and Kenny Moore, and those guys deserve us to go all in at their ages and what they've done for the first half of this season to go all in and make this move. I will tell you, speaking to sources around the league and with both these teams, Chris Ballard has been calling around the league for a move over the last several weeks. Sauce Gardner's name was not mentioned, but he had been calling the Jets about players on their team because they were obviously in a fire sale mode. About 48 hours ago, Sauce's name came up, and the Jets were not looking to trade Sauce Gardner. Remember, the same first-year GM who just traded him, Darren Muji, signed him to a 4-year, $120 million extension in July. And this is his first year, his first massive move on the defensive side of the ball. But when that deal came in, it was almost described as like a Godfather deal that they offered that they could not say no. So I like it from the Colts side because Ballard looks at it and says, all right, we've got a veteran team. They're all healthy. We're playing good ball. We've got a crazy tough stretch coming in the next 4 weeks. We need to stay on the ball. This guy makes us that much better in an area of weakness. And from the Jets part of it, they just got what essentially the Cowboys got for Micah Parsons for Sauce Gardner, who's got 18 career wins in 4 years there. So they weren't going anywhere. They haven't won with Sauce and Quinnen. They were like, crap, we can't say no to that. And to Ballard, like, all chips on the table. Here we go. Like, we're all in on this team.
Big swing. And if Sauce is the one that lifts this defense to, to a place where we can win a Super Bowl, who cares about the future draft?
Exactly.
BA said yesterday, whenever we got Gronk, the 4th round came around, we didn't have our pick, and we all just looked at our ring. Oh, there's our 4th rounder right there. There's our 4th rounder right there. That's pretty nice. And then we move along. First rounder, obviously different than a 4th rounder, but if this works out and we win, nobody will say a damn thing about anything else.
I love it. You're right. And it's the same thing that talking to McVay and Snead over the years when the Von Miller deal happened. Now, people always talk about that team and it's F them picks and they got Ramsey and they got Odell and all this stuff. Von Miller was the move at the trade deadline. They called Denver every day for about 2 weeks. And then finally, the last day, they were just banging on it so hard that Denver said, fine, take Von Miller. Here, we'll get the exchange. That's what this was. And I came on your show last week and I said, don't read all the stuff online. Don't listen to the thing. There's going to be a big name, but those names don't even become evident until the day of. I said that on this very show. I said, don't get fixated on the names that everyone else is talking about. There's going to be a big name that goes the day of, and that was Sauce Gardner, because I will tell you, Sauce had no idea he was being traded. Other teams around the league were texting me being like, did you know he was up for sale? I'm like, he wasn't up for sale unless you offer 2 picks and a wide receiver that they can use on their team today.
I like that the Colts are that aggressive. They're going to be judged for it going forward.
Oh, yeah.
And I think our team is in a good spot. Lou Anarumo told us he's happy. He's pumped up. Love the addition. It elevates the entire defense, what he just did for the team. Lou Anarumo is so excited. Remember, think about where Lou was and what was going on, okay? Losing all his players. We're not paying. Yeah, right. Defense? Stupid. Nobody's paying tickets. Nobody's buying shirts. We're selling jerseys on offense. We're not selling jerseys on defense. We're not paying any of your guys on defense. Lou's like, well, what am I supposed to do here?
Figure it out.
He loses. They say, get the hell out of town. Chris Ballard,
he's left
Shane Steichen, immediately, excuse me, you're available right now? Yeah, we would love to have you. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to sign 3 guys this offseason on defensive side. And then right before trade deadline also, we're going to give you a guy, another lockdown guy. It's like Lou Anarumo is sitting in a place that I assume any defense coordinator would love to be in. Yeah. Team clearly investing on the defensive side of the ball while assuming that the offense is already figured out. If this works, that's great.